In Chapter 7 of The Streams of Living Water by Richard Foster, the paradigm of the incarnational tradition that resonated with me most was the historical paradigm, where Foster talks about a woman named Susanna Wesley, whose life is a great example of living out the incarnational tradition. This tradition emphasizes living out your faith through everyday life, whether that be in school, at work, in family life, with friends, etc. This tradition debunks the heresy of thinking that the material world is evil and, as God called matter, good. The target of this tradition is to make the spirit's invisible realm visible in the material world through normal actions and experiences. And Wesley was considered the mother of Methodism, as she had a significant influence on her sons John and Charles, who became major Methodist figures. And she influenced spiritual practices with her everyday responsibilities. And she claimed that prayer was the best weapon against temptation, and integrated like a very strict household schedule while homeschooling 10 children. Though she had 19, there were numerous that died during infancy, as that was common during the time period she was born. She practiced a regular examination of conscience, especially before receiving communion at church. And she always scheduled one-on-one time once a week with each of her children and showed them how to make ordinary moments in life sacred. When her husband was absent, she took on a pastoral role and held church gatherings of over 200 people in her home, which it represents her commitment to spreading the gospel. Let's see. And this incarnational tradition, it also instructs us to treat negative moments in our lives as like part of our lives, rather than obstacles in our lives that prevent us from reaching our quote-unquote real life. And Wesley always tried to, quote, make true use of all disappointments and calamities in this life, unquote, as she always tried to be closer in union with God. And in all of this, Suzanne Wesley is a pretty good example of living out the incarnational tradition, as she constantly strived to live out her faith in everyday life. And Jesus taught that the faith is active and involves doing work, which describes the incarnational tradition in summary.